So, um, so today was the first day of a full day of doing Shamavima, Mudra Kriya, and Isha Kriya, 2 sessions in the day. So I did go to the gym, and I went to the gym, I lifted a little bit of weights, and I ran a mile. And then I got a little bit of nature, breathed in the nature, be with the nature. And then I came back, took a hot, cold bath, then did my yoga session. And one thing I noticed is that exercise is so complementary towards the yoga session. I kind of forget that like consistent exercise and getting a nice sweat and getting like the body like sort of juiced out, although it only lasts a little bit and it's like a day by day basis thing, it's not like a real spiritual long-term impact in terms of a human soul, but it is definitely a good complementary temporary like warm up for, or like, yeah, sort of warm up for the spiritual practice. It makes it way better. You're way more relaxed, way more lubricated, in terms of the body being way more lubricated, and the breath is way more subtle. So yeah, and I could imagine like, although the longer you run, the more used to you get. So there's probably a sweet spot. Like if you run 3 miles every day, that 3 miles would feel like somebody who struggles to run. It would feel like running 1 mile for them. So like there's probably a way to bounce in and out of it where it's not. I don't know if there's like a way that, I gotta ask ChatGPT that what it thinks about this like thing. I don't know if you know what I'm trying to say. Basically, like there's a level of how much you could run where it just doesn't even do anything in terms of relaxation and cardio and like being more relaxed. Yeah, like I'm thinking about 3 miles is probably like the sweet spot for relaxation, but I don't know. But what was I gonna say? Yeah, because if you run 10 miles, I mean, you're just gonna be dead. But what was I gonna say? Probably different for everybody. But yeah, so I did Shamavima Mudra Kriya. Just do that every single day, 2 times a day. Just complete the mandala. But not like the mandala doesn't mean it's over. I might still do it 2 times a day. Right? So at this point, it's just me and the practices. It's not me and the mandala or me and the due date. It's just me and the practices. As far as I'm concerned, doing it 2 times a day for the rest of my life would be the go-to, honestly. Like I don't want to just start doing only one session. I want to do two. I like it. It's good. And it'll make me do 2 sessions even more enjoyably, instead of worrying about a fucking due date. But one thing I want to say is I just watched the video of Sadhguru where he said that like it'd be an uphill battle if we don't like take use of his time now in terms of like the practices he offers. So hopefully he's not dead in the next 5 years, because I don't know when he's like gonna like choose to die, but hopefully he's still got about 5 years, because I have no money to my name, but I would like to do shunya. The moment I get enough money for a flight, fuck that. The moment I get enough money for a flight, I'll go straight to Tennessee, and I'll order my shunya program and learn shunya, and also get a little bit of touch upon Shamavima Mudra Kriya, but I'm gonna go learn shunya at the Isha Yoga Center of Isha Inner Sciences in USA, Tennessee. So yeah, for sure. The moment I get a little bit of cash, I'm going straight to Tennessee and getting shunya, learning shunya, getting initiated into shunya. Baba Spandana is not really a practice. It's sort of an experiential program, so I'm not as adamant on getting that. I wanted like a tool. So Shamavima Mudra Kriya is a tool. Shunya is a tool. I know I'm chatting a lot because I haven't even done the mandala of Shamavima Mudra Kriya, but it is what it is. That's what I want to do. Once I do the mandala of Shamavima Mudra Kriya, once maybe like 6 months goes by, I don't know exactly how I'm gonna get the money, but according to Sadhguru, Shamavima Mudra Kriya is supposed to transform you, although you're not supposed to be expecting results of any kind. But if you just do it without expectation, then it will transform you. And I'm doing Shamavima Mudra Kriya and then Isha Kriya right after, 2 times a day. And then, yeah. And then what I want to say though is, then I'll get shunya. I probably have to learn hatha there too, like hatha yoga as well. the moment I get a little bit of cash, I'm going instantly to like Tennessee to learn all those programs. And then like maybe down the line I might do Baba Spandana for an experiential program, you know, and then just continue my practices, get the diet even more honed in. And then the finals practice is Samyama. Yeah, the final practice is Samyama, but it's a very advanced practice. You can get Shunya and you can get Baba Spandana right after Shogun Mudra Kriya. To get Samyama, you have to complete all those. So if I'm looking at a good timeline here, I can do all these within 2 years. I can do all that within 2 years if I come up on like $1,000 or something. Get a ticket to Tennessee, get a little apartment, whatever, or maybe an apartment there, do the program, come right back, you know. Yeah, 4-day program type vibe. Yeah. What else was I gonna say though? Let me think. Oh yeah, in terms of the visualization, what I said I was gonna do yesterday, the visualization of the goal, of just like doing the process. I've kept it very simple, which is I just got images from online of the certain softwares, and then I've used my imagination to, you know, imagine and create what I'm gonna be doing in those softwares. All I need is the image of the software, and the mind, subconscious, kind of fills in the blanks. It's like going into a dream. You're in a city, you're in a building, but everything else is filled in subconsciously. That's sort of what it is when you're doing imagination, you know? You get in there, you see it, and the subconscious, like, you can see it, it kind of fills in the blanks, which is pretty interesting. So yeah, and I noticed that when I was like going through YouTube videos and trying to gain information like that, it wasn't as enjoyable as just grabbing a single image and then working from there. And as far as I'm concerned, when I'm really in it, to the level that I got in it, if it's fulfillment, it's as if I'm doing it and I'm getting enjoyment off of doing it. So depending on how hyper vivid and how hyper concentrated I can get in the visualization of the thing, which is the visualization of the goal or whatever, or the journey, the process, I'm visualizing the process in the day. Like, imagine this. Imagine if you had the tools, right? What you would be doing. I basically imagine that I have the tools in my mind of what I would be doing, as if I have it while I'm painting it in my mind. And it feels real to me. And what I'm basically saying is that if you can get very hyperly vivid and concentrated in that visualization, then it can become so real, depending on how concentrated you are into it. Most of the time, it's only subtle concentration, but if you get like really concentrated in it, you can probably conjure up a whole physical world that moves on its own. You know, you can actually do that, where you're actually literally working in this imaginative sphere, like you can almost touch it. Why am I doing this? Because I don't have the current funds to afford the thing, so why not use the human intelligence to conjure it up and give it the senses and vividness of reality? That's just my take on it. Like, we always imagine, people always unconsciously imagine things that they don't want to happen or what they would want to happen. Why not just imagine that it is happening? You know, what wrong does that? Like, there's nothing wrong in doing that, in my opinion. But the number one thing I want to say is like the spiritual, the Shami Mudra Kriya, and me being like not needing anything to happen. There is nothing to get. It's just all here. I don't need this goal to happen. I just need to understand that that is the reality of the situation, and stop trying to place things on the outside for my happiness, or I have to do something. No, all the rules are my rules. You know, all the rules are my rules. First step of engineering, all the rules are my rules, you know? So that's all I have to say. Now I get it, all the rules are my rules. So, yeah, that's all I have to say.